Global Telling, usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Para rechazarla, por favor, cuelgue ahora o espere en la línea para opciones. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello, hello.
What's up, James?
What up, David?
Hello.
Jesse. Órale.
What's up, brother?
Órale. Hey, buenas tardes. Hey.
Aquí para.
Yeah. Hey. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, hey, I'm doing pretty good. We're over here in the we're over here on social media. We got Rhonda, and she writes, "Hello, David."
Hey, how you doing, Rhonda? What's
Hey,
up?
John.
We got my boy Jess right here too. Right here posted.
Posted and
Hey, so
posted.
this is
already?
huh?
You guys are on already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, this is not a regular thing though. So this is a special treat for all of us right now. This is a treat for Jess and I because we love spending time with you guys. You know what I mean? But this is a treat for you too, James. You know, Jess and I, we're something else.
Yeah.
Wednesday midday is not our normal recreational time with James.
Hey, it's not. Hey, we are locked in a cell. We are locked down right now. They got us locked down on the first Wednesday of every month. So this is what it is, man. I'm holed up.
But you know what? I want to thank James and the listeners because this is starting to become kind of a norm for us on the training days. The days that we get stuck on ourselves. You should get to spend. Lately, we've been able to spend time with James and the listeners, which is awesome because it takes us out of this place for a minute. So, just want to thank you guys for that. For giving us enough of that.
Hey, right now, right now, James. All right, so it's noon time, right? So this is my time for my second cup of coffee. I drink one in the morning. Jesse does not drink coffee, and I cannot stress to you enough about how specific Jesse is with his coffee. When he decides to drink a shot of coffee, right, and I'm hooking some up, it is a battle for me. Like it is right now, and I'm closest to the hot pot right now, so it fell on me. That's how we work. We're Jesse and I Sally's, for those of you that don't know. So right now, my standard spoon of coffee, we got this Folgers freeze-dried coffee, which I love. I just drink black coffee. Well, Jesse, on the other hand, I go to get a spoon of coffee right now, and I honestly shook it off. And he looked at it and he told me half that.
Half that.
All right, so this is a thing. What about now, Jess? What about now?
A little bit less.
Little bit. Damn. This. If I could describe how minute of an amount of coffee this is.
Yeah.
All right, it's pretty small. It's like a pinch.
And that's still a lot. What he's trying to do is he's trying to get me to overdose. Coffee gives me anxiety sometimes, especially from Art going on.
Hey, he'll be in here super. Once you get anxiety in a cell, oh, it's all bad, man. There's no, no escaping, no getting out. Like you're just in here, you just got to take it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's got a specific recipe. He's got the coffee and then the creamer. Like me, I'm all about just throw the spoon in there, throw a couple mountains in there if I'm gonna do the creamer thing. And no, what about now, Jess? What is that? All right, an additional mountain.
Hey, we got Rhonda. She's saying you guys are gonna be climbing off the walls over there with all that cafe.
Hey, we're already climbing up the walls.
Yep, we're already going.
See, training day, I sleep in. Yeah, I sleep in.
I get it done.
I ended up having
the day that I need.
Yeah, I had to do some schoolwork last night. Got caught up doing some schoolwork, man, and
yeah, David was up way past his bedtime last night.
I was up at like, man, I went to sleep. I tried to go to sleep early, and then I got like an assignment that kind of came unexpected because we have laptops, we have Canvas and stuff like that. So I realized that I had an opportunity to finish something, so I got up again, and that took me to about midnight. So if I stay up at midnight, I'm not getting up for breakfast. I slept till like 9 o'clock down there. Yep.
We got a comment from, I think, Illicit, I want to say. Is it the Illicit 77 or 777? They sound pumped, laughing out loud.
Hey, we're pumped right now.
Yep. Wow.
Hey, how does that chick say it on Stores Wars?
What's her name from Texas?
Yep. Married from Texas.
Married from Texas.
Hey, this is how we usually are. Sometimes we go laid back, kind of laid back podcaster speech, but I'll be like, what's up? What's up, James, and the listeners and viewers?
Coming at you from Centinela.
Hey, how many sugars you want, Jess? 3?
Hey, he don't need no more sugar. He's already wired like the Energizer Bunny. He's gonna be, he'll be like on turbo.
So the thing about these sugars though is they're basically sugar-free.
Yeah, they're not sugar.
Yeah,
that's the thing. So we call them sugar just for our own sanity.
And we call them sugar so we can feel better about ourselves.
Hey, you know the crazy part, James, is that when I first came to prison, I came in at 2000, right?
Mm-hmm.
They gave you like the little packets, the little sugar packets.
Yeah.
And they had sugar in them. They were they were Kool-Aid packs. And so, back then everybody would use them for pisto, to make pruno with. And it was crazy because they also sold tobacco on the canteen.
Back in 2000?
Tobacco on the canteen. So.
But chewing tobacco or smoking tobacco? Or would they use a chewing tobacco to smoke it?
Both.
Okay.
No, both. Matter of fact, because they used to call them pucks. So I remember that they would get the puck of chewing tobacco, and that puck was kind of how you kept, I don't know too many people that chewed, but there was those pucks. So some people were buying them,
Mm-hmm.
So I used to get a puck. I used to have a little puck with me, and I would keep that with some zigzags and some tobacco, and I would have that on me all the time. And so
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Back then, smoking was like currency, or tobacco was it was currency. A lot of things are currency in prison because we don't have money, So cigarettes were they were a currency. You see, the old prison movies, they got the pack of smokes and stuff like that. But realistically, the people who had, because you could get them from packages. So the people who had the Marlboros and the Camels and those things like that, right? They called them Bonnaroos. You were
Bonnaroo, you're bougie. You were
yeah, that's what they called them. You were bougie, if you had those, So most people just have rolled cigarettes. Me, I'm not a cigarette smoker. I'm not, James. I tried it, and it's just not for me. So in prison, everybody was smoking, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this cigarette thing, and that shit got me sick, man. So what I used to do is I used to keep a puck on me full of tobacco, and I used to trade because I used to make a lot of wine back in my day. So I used to trade the cigarettes for an apple. I used to trade it for an apple and for the little Kool-Aid pack. And so every day it was funny. It was like the soup line. I would be at my bunk and I'd have a bunch of cigarettes rolled, and then I'd have a whole line of people, and they would just come up and give me their apple, their Kool-Aid pack, and then I'd give them a rolled cigarette.
Yeah.
that was my that was my thing, And I always had a little helper, a little helper homie that'd be right there,
You had a little Felipe running around in the background.
Yeah, Yep, absolutely. I've always attracted people like Felipe, little homies like that, cool as hell.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I'm like a magnet for Felipe guys.
Cool as hell when he's sleeping.
Yeah, cool as hell when he's sleeping. But a little violent. Yeah.
Let me ask you right now, because I just thought about Felipe. Whatever happened with that whole toilet situation thing? That toilet had been running on for a day. The last time I spoke to you guys.
Hey, they had barely turned that off yesterday.
What?
Yep. I swear. They turned it off yesterday afternoon. Barely.
Hey,
they rocked it for almost a week.
Did it break him? Because after a day of listening to your toilet just flushing, it could be a bit maddening over there.
Honestly, to be honest with you, I do wonder about him.
Whatever's going on inside Felipe's head is a lot louder than that toilet.
Yeah. I honestly wonder what my boy's capable of, going through something like that, Yeah, just imagine just sitting there and that sound is freaking crazy. These toilets, they sound insane when they flush. Imagine that flushing nonstop for 5 days straight.
Damn.
That's just madness.
That's torture. That's like getting wakeboarded or waterboarded.
That's like getting, yeah. He would sleep through it. This fool was he didn't change his pattern. You know, we'd go in there, like he'd be sleeping, and yeah, crazy. Talking on the phone, like I don't even know how us people can handle that.
Right.
How is it when our toilet flushes?
Oh, it's loud. We could hear it. It's like we're right there.
So imagine that. Imagine being right there.
This is to the viewers out there, right, that don't know what that sound is like. I'm gonna flush this toilet, and I want you guys to be prepared for this sound. Listen to this thing. All right, so imagine that sound, right? How was that, James? Was that reasonable?
You could hear it, yeah. No, it's not like if I went to my restroom and I flushed the toilet, it's not gonna be anything like that. The decibels are gonna be a lot lower.
But imagine if that thing was going in your cell nonstop. It's the same noise for days, day and night, for almost like what? I think it was like damn near 5 days.
Yeah, because I talked to you guys
I don't know how he did it.
on Saturday, and it was going on. It had been going on since the day before, right? Friday.
Yeah, started Friday.
It started Friday. It started in the middle of the night, though. Yep.
So
they did him dirty. It was crazy.
So he's a better man for it.
He is. Yeah. He looks like he's got that 1,000-yard stare, huh?
Yep. He's ready to survive under any Mad Max conditions.
He got that stare though from dealing with me though. I'm gonna take credit for that stare. Felipe, that 1,000-yard stare.
Hey, I just got a comment from Nisha, and she writes, "Imagine being right there, and I can't imagine it. I can't, like my daughter says, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I can't do it."
From Nisha?
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, that's just crazy. And there's a lot of things about prison that are way out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They are. So, they're just there. There's things like these training days are cool. Like, we look forward to them because we get to chill. We get to chill with you guys, and we get to, like, get caught up on stuff, you know? But our schedules are very busy. We're nonstop. And we got school. You know, we're both in college. We got, we're involved with groups, programs. I have a vicious workout routine that I'm committed to. So I'm tired, dude. Like, I need these days to just relax, you know. I've been playing basketball more. I told you that, huh? I'm in a basketball league.
Yeah.
I'm getting better. I'll tell you this, I'm getting better. These guys, for it being a prison league, it might seem kind of like, you know, kind of ghetto or kind of like, you know, low budget or something, but it's not. Like, we take it, what we have in here, this is our life. This is our existence, you know. Mm-hmm. We're as things stand right now, you know, Jesse and I, we are lifers. You know, we do have an opportunity to go to board, but we've been in here for, you know, Jesse's been here for decades straight. I have over 2 decades in the system. I've been in for 14 years straight right now, and the thing is, like, the things that happen in here, this is what we know. So when we have a basketball tournament or a basketball league like that, that's our league. That's the league of our life. That's like our NBA.
The highlight of your day?
Yeah. So we have we got these rinky-dink hand-me-down jerseys that they give us. They're like I think red, yellow, and blue or purple or something like that. And you know, the guys.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
They got the referee jerseys. We got the little scoreboard, the stopwatch, the stop clock, and, like, you know, when we're in there for that moment, when we're playing in our games, you know, they allowed us to do the games on the morning of the weekend in the gym, and for that time we're not in this place. We're something else, you know. We're like, it's almost like living out your dreams, you know. It's crazy. And my dream was not to be a basketball player, but you can get lost in that, and so it's serious, you know, like to us. And it's crazy how things have ended up like that, you know, like with our life. We think about it a lot. It's like, damn, you know, how did this end up like this? But, you know, we had to find those answers or we were never going to get out of here. You know, how did we end up in a situation like this? You know, we got, Jesse and I, we both got blood on our hands, you know. That's why we're here. That's why we both did what we're here for. And the thing is we have to answer all those questions. Like, damn, you know, like,
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
What led us to be capable of doing something like that? Where are we today? And are we going to let our worst mistake define us? And the answer is no, man. We're not going to. We understand, you know, what it is. And when I'm out there and I'm on that basketball court, guess what, man? I'm Lopez. That's my name on the back of my jersey.
He's Lopez LeBron. Lopez LeBron.
Yep.
The double L.
But you gotta say Labron.
Yeah.
Labron Lopez. More like a...
Oye, cabrón.
Yeah.
Cabrón.
Cabron Lopez, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna call back right now.
For sure. All right. So, for any of you that are new, this is David and Jasse. They're cellies. They're located in Centinela State Prison D, Yard Level 3. And they are they're not LWOPers. But they do have that kickstand. They are lifers. But they do have the opportunity of coming home. Jesse's going to the parole board next year, and hopefully, he gets some good news. David, he has a few more years before I think he goes in front of the parole board in 2030, I want to say, but don't quote me on that. And there it is. They're calling right back.
This call is now being recorded.
Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello.
It doesn't stop. Hey, what's up?
All right, so I want to read off some of these comments from our watchers, listeners, viewers.
All right.
Let me see. Rhonda had wrote a little bit earlier on. Glad everyone's spirit are up. Love the laughter. Yeah, hey, you gotta laugh. You can't be all super serio level 4-yard 180 all day every day. Come on now.
Shit, this is how we were up there.
Yep. Wow, todavía, like, hey, what's up, homie?
Yep. This is how we. Yeah, the funny part is I think
can't be all super chile all day.
All day, yes. Like, come on, really?
Yeah, let your hair down a little bit. It's a down day. They're training out there. You can let your hair down, take your mustache off, hang it up on the wall.
We got a little spot for that. We got a spot on the wall for the shoes, the hat, and the brocha.
Yeah, I got a nail right there on the wall. Like, you know what I mean? Take the whip off and hang my brocha on the nail. You know
It's got two little hooks, you know what I mean? So it'll catch the corners of it.
Yeah, that way it doesn't get all fluffy. So when I need to put it back on, I could be super firme again.
Yep. That's what it is.
We're gonna get you a brocha holder, James.
Hey, thank you. Hey, highly appreciate it. Gracias.
Hey, we got to insure that thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
we have a stake in that brocha now.
Yeah,
Jess and I.
For sure.
And we do. We got to make sure nothing happens to it,
I think I'm gonna.
Oh, you know what? Wait.
Next time I cut it off, I'm gonna keep it all together and I'm gonna dip it in bronze and put it up on the wall.
There you go.
That'd be a great idea. Yeah, honestly,
nice
that shit would be so funny.
Hey, you know I was gonna tell you.
Yeah.
You know I was gonna tell you too, James. I don't know if you know, but on the Prison Wives, on the Centinela Prison Wives channel, or I don't know whatever it is, not channel,
Facebook page. Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook page. They're hating on you, James. You got some savages on there. They're like that. Según you're hooking people up and you're running a dating site. They don't know who it is, but they're just like the guy with the big mustache, and
We heard that.
Yeah. But I heard for some of the. Yes, you better watch out. The Gordy's gonna put a country.
Hey, I died laughing when I heard that. And the funny part, this is the thing, James. Like I tell, I've talked to people about this before, right?
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm married. I love my wife.
Yeah.
And what I give to this channel, I give to help people. And I believe that's what you do. Like Jasse and I, that's what we do. We help people. And
we've made it clear from the very beginning about being in a relationship and all that stuff because because we don't want.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
If there's brothers that are in our community that have had the privilege of coming on here and maybe meeting somebody, that's awesome. That's cool. Do what you do. This channel is not a dating site. It's not a hookup site. But if somebody who doesn't have a significant other, who doesn't have someone in their life, someone to help pass the time with, a friend, romantic, platonic, whatever it is, if they can develop that through the channel, then by all means, that's for them. We've made it clear, Dave and I, that we don't come on here. This is not a hookup channel. It's not for that reason. But if there's somebody on there that likes what they hear and they contact somebody and that person's willing to reach out back to them, then by all means, you know.
Hey, that's their business, you know. All consenting adults, you do what you do, you know.
Right. It's still generating. It's still helping out the community. It's still, and we talked about it in the past about having that kind of support, that kind of emotional support helps people. You know, Dave and I both talked about if it wasn't for having that woman in our life to give us the strength and the motivation to do what was right, to make the courageous steps that got us where we're at today, we'd still be lost in that sauce.
Yeah, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now without a strong woman next to me. Yeah, and that's the thing. Is just because we're in prison doesn't mean we all have to be a certain way. Like, look, Jesse and I are like, we're good motherfuckers. Like, we are. It doesn't matter where we're at. It doesn't matter what we did before. Like, I know that I can be a good individual even if I'm in prison. I could be a good husband. I could be a good father. I could be a good friend. You know, so that doesn't change just because we're incarcerated. Yes, there's a lot of scumbags in here. There's a lot of dirtbags in here, but that's the same what's out there. It's no different than what's out there in society.
Why do you think so many women come to prison to find dudes? Because they get out there and you're dealing with all kinds of bullshit, and it's like, well, hey, you know what? At least in prison, I know where he's at.
It's what it is. But you know, if they come on, if one of the fellas comes on your channel, James, and they're right here and they're just shooting the shit, you know what I mean? And they find love. Cupid hits them with a dart. Hey, man, more power to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna say, oh well, they, you know, don't do that. Don't do that. We don't want to get a reputation from these, you know, these insecure people that are worried about what their dude's doing. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we ain't worried about all that. You know?
And that's what it boils down to. So when I heard the running of the bulls was coming for us, I was like, hey, it's James. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Where am I gonna roll it up to? I'm on the calles. I can't go nowhere.
Exactly.
I got crossed up on the calles, so don't forget what happened to you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I got nowhere to run. I got nowhere to run. I got nowhere to hide.
All I know is that we don't gotta outrun them. We just gotta outrun you, man.
Hey, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to cut the brocha. I'm gonna have to change my identity. I'm gonna have to get some facial surgery over here and
reconstruction.
Yeah, maybe I could get a pointy nose. I get a pointy nose going so they don't recognize me.
No, I think the cheeks like all these other weird-looking chicks.
I think you should embrace it. Honestly, I think you should embrace it and get some highlights in your brocha. You know what I mean?
Get some frosted tips in the brocha.
Yeah, go to the salon. And throw some lights as highlights. Get the little tinfoil. You know how they do the tinfoil? They're like, you know.
Yeah. Nah, that'll break the internet.
You know what I mean?
The internet is not ready for all of that.
Hey, we're still ghetto though, so we don't got money for veneers. So what we'll do is we'll put some wax on your upper teeth, right, to make them shine. You know what I mean? So when you shine, it'll be all glossy. You know what I mean? And then we got to bring the Sharpie out, you know, because let's say we're ghetto. You know?
Hey, Scorpio Rising said. Scorpio Rising said, man, hey, I'm gonna have to talk to Javi so he can hook me up with that prison facelift. It might be coming in handy now. Perfect timing.
Hey, absolutely.
Anybody got some Scotch Guard or 3M tape?
Absolutely, we got to get you right.
Yeah,
you're the face.
Yeah, you're the face of this operation.
The face of this. We got to. Yeah.
We don't want. We're gonna put you on wit sack. You know what I mean? Because we don't want these hyenas who are tripping over here on these other yards.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, Felipe's already mad because I taught him how to get a prison BBL.
Hey,
that's what I told him.
Hey, hopefully my lady's not hearing, because if my lady's hearing, oh man, I got a calentada coming my way. She'll be like, man, you're pimping these fools out. You're playing love. You're playing Cupid, the Love Connection, Collect Call Love Connection, the ghetto version. Come on now.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, it's funny because I was like, you know, what would a prison BBL look like, Jess? And I was like, you know, we got to tell them if summer's almost over. Well, right now we're at peak temperature, so you got to hit the nalgas on that concrete out there. Better get it right. Wait for there's a good alarm because, you know, we got to sit down. Yeah. drop the drawers, you know what I mean? Sit there, let that get a good little crisp. And when the swelling is right.
Toasted bun. But the funny thing about it is they don't even know, they're not even paying attention that like they're so worried about it, and their dudes are over there on these other yards. They're not even paying attention to what it is or listening to anything. They're just assuming,
and they miss the message.
They miss the message, and they don't even realize that, like, man, this channel has nothing to do with them other yards. Like, there's nobody, none of their dudes are on there. You know, like if you actually stopped and listened to what was being talked about, you see that everybody on here is, you know, doing their thing. And it, like I said, if anybody has managed to, you know, find a girlfriend or find a friend or find, you know, like, shit, we've connected with several good people through the channel, you know.
Yep.
And so it's like, I wish they wouldn't put that connotation on there that it's a freaking a hookup podcast or something like that, because that's absolutely what it's not.
Or maybe they should be over there pushing a pro-social message on one of these channels. They have the opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, they say they got all these resources. Well, push the message. What is the message? They're so busy trying to tell people how to live inside a prison and how to, you know, how to be a successful inmate. We're trying to teach people how to be successful when they get out of here.
Yep.
That's what it is.
How to become a better human being so they can get out and be successful in society.
The guys who are who mess with Jasse and I, you know, the guys who are in our pro-social community, not only are they getting out there, but they're succeeding. We don't have anybody from our community that hasn't succeeded. These guys are out there working. These guys are out there buying cars, buying their houses, and they're doing it legally. They're working, man.
Yeah.
They're doing what they got to do, but they're not doing mediocre jobs.
Yeah.
These guys are thriving, James.
Hey,
thriving.
And I could attest to that right there, because I've seen it, you know, firsthand with my eyes. You know, like you know, you hook me up with Nacho, and Nacho he's doing the damn thing. I'm like, damn, like I'm even like surprised, like you know, he was telling me this whole vision he had in January and shit. Now he's making some major moves. And, you know, for those of you that are listening right now that are not familiar with Nacho, you guys should definitely check out his journey. And I'm going to be dropping an interview this week that I did last week. And you guys are going to get a glimpse as far as what I'm talking about.
These guys rose up out of adversity, man. Rose up out of incarceration. Rose up out of life sentences. All of us that are on this channel, we're all lifers. All of us. I'm talking about even the people who are out right now. They're ex-lifers, man. We never even thought we'd use that term before. What is an ex-lifer? That's a person who got sentenced to life in prison, did decades in prison, changed their life in here, let all that other funny business go, and they're out there succeeding. You know, and it's crazy to be an ex-lifer. And that's Jasse and I. We're going to be the same damn thing, ex-lifers.
And it's like James said, he brought up Nacho, and Nacho is my boy. You know, like he's if it wasn't for Nacho, I wouldn't be where I am today, because he was the perfect example of who because he like me and him are so much alike. You know what I mean? And I've known him for a long time. It's like, man, this is my boy right here. When I seen him where he was at, I was like, okay, that's where I'm gonna be in my recovery. That's what I'm gonna look like when I'm where he's at, because I know where he comes from and I know what it is, you know, and everything he said he was gonna do when he got out, he's done it. You know, everything he said, and he prepared himself in here. And that's why, like, days like this, these down days that we get to hang out in our cell and get some things caught up, like Dave says, I leave the cell at 7:30, Dave's out of the cell at 8:30, and our days don't stop till nighttime, you know. I don't come back to the building till 7:30 at night. Sometimes we have day room. We don't get back to the cell till 9 o'clock at night sometimes, from yard, day room, whatever it is. But for the most part, we're being productive, whether it's work, whether it's school, whether it's vocation, whether yard, you know, group, whatever it is, we're constantly on the go. And my boy Nacho, he was telling me, you know, about a year ago, he was like, look, man, just make sure you take advantage of those opportunities that you know, where you get a little bit of solace and a little solitude, and because you're going to need them when you get out here to society. He goes, because you don't have them out here. You just don't. The world's moving way faster than I could have ever imagined, and I can't even express to you, you know, and in order to keep up with you got to keep going. And for us that are starting 25 years behind, Nacho did 26 years in here too, so for, I think 25, he did 25, and so he's like, for those of us that are doing, you know, 25 years, by the time I get out in 2026, early 26, I'll have already been in here over 25 years. And so it's when we're starting that far behind, we got to move a little quicker. We don't have the luxury of taking days off and relaxing a little bit because, you know, we can afford it. You know, we're learning, going through life experiences. No, we're in essence, we're playing catch up a little bit. You can never truly play catch up from what we've done and what we've missed, but we're trying to put ourselves in a good place so that way we're not in front of the 8 ball, you know. And so it's
Agua.
It's definitely agua, por favor, camarada. And so they Nacho was telling me before, like, look, man, you got to take advantage of those times and just collect that peace of mind. So when you're out here, you're driving down the street, you could take yourself back to that place where you remember just relaxing and kicking back, you know, because you're gonna need it. And like I said, he's gotten out there and he's done everything he said he was gonna do, and he's still making moves. He's still making it happen. A lot of guys in here, and the crazy thing, when he was here, he used to always say, like, look, man, do all the work that you can.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Make as many of the preparations.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
While you're in here, do it while you're in here. I'm doing all my work while I'm here, and that's the common theme that I've heard from several guys who have gotten out. They're like, man, a lot of these guys are out here trying to prepare for success out here, but the world's moving too fast for the preparation. You got to do the preparation in there and hit the ground running when you get out here. If you're trying to get ready while you're out here, the world's not going to wait for you. You know, you're not accustomed to this level of this speed that everything's moving at, and you're trying to, you know, and so do everything you can in here, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're taking full advantage, so that way when we do get out there, we're ready for whatever society has to throw at us.
We'll give you a call back right now, James.
All right, cool. We'll be waiting. All right, hey, what's up? Hey, how's it going? Happy-go-lucky, serio. Let me see. We got Chicana one. I could only imagine the struggle to adjust to this new world. Tito sometimes can't catch up. Yeah, it's it's a whole new world out here, and being out the game a long time is definitely gonna be a shocker when they do come home. And Chicana, I'll reach out to Tito today and see when we could set something up so we could go ahead and bring him on. And there it is. All right.
This call is now being recorded.
Global Link. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Gracias por utilizar Global Link.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey,
yeah,
and
we're
go ahead. I got some comments on here from Happy Go Lucky, and she writes, let me see, you will give up faster if you don't start from in there. I was down 8 years, and it was a trip when I got out. And Happy Go Lucky, she's actually she's a woman. She did 8 years in I think Chowchilla, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I got that she was a woman when you said she. Generally.
Hey, this is 2024.
Today's, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Today, I wouldn't stand on that too solidly, bro. Because yeah, he, she, it could mean a number of things.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have been able to use the word she though to begin with. You would have had to say they.
Well, it depends
how
they were. It depends how she wakes up today.
Hey, Happy Go Lucky. I'm sorry that this is that we're using.
She put no mames way.
Use an example.
Hey, but what were you saying though, James?
Serious apologies.
James, what were you saying though? That she said that it works faster if what? Say again?
Yeah, you missed the message.
Yeah.
So she put you will give up faster if you don't start from in there.
If you don't start from in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to start from in here.
Oh, you will give up faster if you don't start from. No, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You have to. You got to start to change, and that's the thing. Like because the way that I'm doing my time right now, a lot of people they always ask me, okay, like when you going to board? You're going to board soon, right? And I tell them, no, I'm not going to board soon. They're like, well, how long? I said, man, I don't go to board until 2031. I got 8 years, and they're like, man, how long you been clean? I've been clean. January is going to be 7 years. And they're like, damn, well. Like nobody really knows what to make of that at first, Like now it's a little bit more commonplace, but they're like, damn, so why did you get clean? Why would you get clean 14, 15 years before you go to board? And I tell them, look, like I'm done. I was done, man. It's time to start working on myself. it's time to stop making excuses, you know, and that's what it is, you know. And if just because I got bored, I'm not getting clean because I got bored coming up. I don't got bored coming up for, like I said, for about, you know, 20, 31, well, 7 years. I got clean because I was tired of living like a scumbag. I was tired of hurting people. I was tired of being violent. I was tired of being in the hole. I was tired of being on drugs. I was just sick of it, man. And I knew that CDCR would always find a place for me. They'll always find a place for me to go. And guess what? That place is going to be more miserable than the last place. Somehow, some way, it gets worse. I tested that theory, James. I took that down to the wire, and I was afraid to find out what came after that. Deep segregation.
When he got his transpo bag and it said Guantanamo.
Yeah, I was in deep. When I got to deep,
he was like, "All right, I was just playing. I don't want to be a gangster."
When I got to deep segregation, right in Chino, I told you what that was like, huh, James? When I got down to deep seg.
Palm Hall? Is that Palm Hall?
Yeah. Well, Palm Hall was the good part, right?
Yeah.
Palm Hall was actually a blessing compared to this place.
Okay.
When I went down, right, I was like, cool. I'm going to Palm Hall. I'm gonna be back there with the fellas. You know, they're gonna put me on the east side. Back in the day, the east side of Palm Hall was like that was like special invite. That's where all the soldados were at. You know.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I'm gonna go right there with the homies. It'll be good. I'll put in my highway, and I'm gonna go to the hole. You know, Palm Hall's a notorious administrative segregation unit. You know, from Chino Prison, CIM. So I get into Palm Hall. Sure enough, I go under. I see the Palm Hall. I'm like, cool. You know, I'm right here. I'll get processed. I'll be in this little cage for a little while. And hell no, after they processed me into AdSeg, into the hole, they took me back out of Palm Hall and walked me across the hall to Cypress. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not happy to be in Cypress, but at least they're going to turn me left, and I'm going to go up to the top tier because the top tier was where the homies were at in Cypress, you know?
Yeah.
But then, instead of going left, I'm still mad. Like at that time, I'm like, oh, hell no, these fools think they're going to leave me in Cypress. I'm going to stir up all kinds of shit over here, you know? I belong in Palm Hall with the real homies, you know? So instead of going left, they turn me right. And I'm like, I never even knew that there was a right side of Cypress. Like, I knew it was there, but never, what's over here, you know? And now I'm a little nervous, you know? So then they stop me in front of this gate, and there's an officer inside of this little booth. There's two gates. I go to that little gate, they open it up, and there's an officer. Man, I look at his arm, and he had stripes starting from his freaking, them stripes are 3 years apiece. And them stripes went all the way down there up to his bicep. This fool had like over 30 years as a CO, right? Gang of stripes. I'm like, damn, where did they keep this fool at, you know? And then I go through another gate to a tier that was like sectioned off from all the other tiers. And I'm like, damn, what the hell? And then before they let me walk on the tier, they have like a substance guard. Like it's on rollers. It's like a giant thing of plexiglass. So as I'm going down the tier, they're rolling this thing along the cell so that nobody throws waste at them. And I'm like, damn, what the hell? Like I'm in like a little tunnel, you know? It was crazy. Then I get to the end of that tunnel, they open up another gate. I'm like, damn, I never even knew they built like gates in the middle of a prison tier, you know? And then I go back to these cells, and there's 5 cells.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
And they bring me to the last cell 1 back there. And this isn't even, there's AdSeg, Cypress Seg, and then Deep Seg. And I realize that I'm in Deep Seg, which is deep segregation, right? So I go through like a little step doorway, and my cell is inside of another cell.
Hey,
and that's when I knew.
You sure you didn't end up in Russia? I think I seen this in National Geographic. It's called Black Dolphin.
Hey,
it's a cell in the cell.
Yeah, and I realized, it was a cell in a cell, and this was a management cell. They controlled my lights. They controlled everything in there, man. It was like the real hole. I had nothing in there but a mattress, and the mattress is never right. I think I told you this before. When you get to the hole, the mattress isn't all perfectly situated on the bunk. The mattress is usually like flipped sideways, back over on itself, half hanging on the floor. You know what I'm saying? It just, it's like partly rolled, but somehow flipped backwards. You know what I mean? Like it's got like a giant thing of rust. You know, like all on one side of it. You're just like, damn, that's my mattress.
That's what I'm sleeping on for the unforeseeable future.
Well, that's gonna be my compadre. That's my partner in crime is my mattress. I'm gonna get in there and be like, all right, well, it's you and me, mattress. That's all I got. You know what I mean? Hey, and then they don't give no bedroll. I'm thinking the first day, second day, like, man, they gotta come bring me some sheets and a towel. Hell no. Yeah, it was pretty rough, man. So it does get worse, you know, and that's the thing. That's what I realized. If I'm gonna keep doing the same bullshit, CDCR will find a place for me. There's always gonna be a special place in the hell of all hearts for people with that mentality.
Yeah, they ain't playing.
Yep. Hey, they have that thing called the boss chair in the county. You heard of the boss chair?
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've never been in the boss chair, but it always scared me.
Yep, I rode the boss chair up to the 7th floor.
Oh, it's got wheels?
Yeah, well, they can lean it back and roll it.
And they cruise you like a dolly?
Yeah, like a dolly. Yeah, when they took me from AdSeg to the 7th floor, that's how I caught my ride up there.
All they needed was that freaking Leatherface mask on. Freaking Hannibal Lecter mask.
That's what they'll do. They can strap your forehead to the seat so it doesn't move.
Yeah,
so you're pretty much.
The boss chair. It's an acronym, and you know what's crazy? Boss isn't a good thing to say in prison or jail in a lot of ways, because boss is an acronym for big old sack of shit, right? That's usually like. And I didn't realize it, because before you would see a CEO and be like, oh, what's up, boss, you know, and you're just going about your business and not really thinking of it. But the first couple of times I said it back in the day, I was like, damn, that fool looked at me all sideways, you know, like, hey, who you calling boss, motherfucker, you know, like that's how they got at you back then. And I was thinking, damn, well what's so offensive? Like, I'm just, like, that's just a terminology, and if someone pointed that out, now you're calling them a big old sack of shit. And so I always wonder, like, now I start to think that, you know how sometimes the CEOs they'll be like, hey, well, you know, come right this way, boss, you know, or they'll say something like that. Like, those are the old school dudes, but I think, like, is this motherfucker just calling me a big old sack of shit?
Exactly what he calls you.
Like, I'll be thinking that too now, you know, fool's got in my head, James, prison got me. So in the county, out of all the things that this chair is called, it's called the boss chair, and it's an acronym. It has a B with a little period, O with a period, S with a period, S with a period, boss. So do you think that they named it after that just to be funny?
I don't know. I mean, it would seem that they would do something like that.
So
I wouldn't put it past them. I would not put it past them. But hey,
what do you think what do you think the acronym stands for? This chair, they sedate you. I know somebody that spent days in one of those chairs.
Days?
They actually sedated them, and they let them go to the restroom on themselves too.
Oh, that's horrible.
I'm pretty sure they can't. They can't. They're not supposed to keep you there over a day, right? They're supposed to give you breaks in between.
Hey, I've asked that same question a few times. Like, hey, Jess, you don't think they're really going to keep me in that thing indeterminately, do you?
Forever, do you?
When I got my indeterminate shoe, I asked Marcelli, like, hey, fool, and they're not really going to hold me back here forever, are they? Like, I don't know. It's that's the neighbor who's.
That's the guy next door to you who's been there for 30 years.
Yep. That seems actually light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure the fools that got to death row, hey, they're not going to lethally inject me. Do you think they are?
They gonna put me down like old Yeller?
Hey, nah, these fools will do it. Yeah, they'll carry it out, man. If they feel like you're out of control, what else is there left? What's left for them to do?
Yeah, like with me, when I caught the ride, it was because we had busted all the fire sprinklers in 2A.
Yep,
and cell abstracted. Yeah, we cell abstracted, and because they weren't allowing. It was something to do with bed moves. Honestly, if I'm completely honest, I don't even remember exactly what it was over.
We used to go for. Remember that?
Yeah.
As soon as something didn't go our way, the sprinklers were the first to go.
Yeah, because you could board up. You could board up, and they'll just walk by and be like, "You might as well take it down. Sergeant's not coming. We're not coming."
Yep.
All right. Well, and you're in there by yourself, so there's no real threat of danger. Because at the time we were in AdSeg and they weren't letting people get cellies, they were trying to single cell everybody in AdSeg, and the last thing you want to do is be single cell while you're in AdSeg, because anybody that's in trouble or everybody looks at everybody weird that doesn't have a cellie, because it's like, oh, he's hiding, or all, you know, it's just some weird dynamic that we've created for ourselves.
Yep.
You know, and so when the gang unit GIU, the gang investigation unit, came through AdSeg and was like, that's it, everybody's moving, everybody's single selling, nobody's having a cellie, woo, this and that. But it was more about, because they were trying to keep me single cell and two other guys single cell. So the guys that had cellies, and the only way they could justify keeping us single cell was to split everybody up. And that was their way of like, all right, well, so it didn't look like they were targeting me and somebody else, you know. So what we end up doing is we end up boarding up
like we're gonna sell abstract. You know, they brought the trays for breakfast, and everybody kept their trays. And they came back and they were like, "They give us the trays," and we're like, "Nope, you ain't getting the trays." You know what I mean? Like, unless you guys come in here and get them. You know, and so they're like, "Well, we're not coming in there and getting them, and if you guys don't give us trays, you're not getting dinner either." And we're like, "Oh well," you know. And so we just boarded up, and they closed the tray slots, and then they wouldn't come back. We're like, "We want to talk to the sergeant, we want this and that." And so finally, we were just like, "All right, well, it's fire sprinkler time." So we ended up popping the fire sprinklers, and as soon as they turned them off, somebody else popped one, and it was just a whole thing. And so finally, in the end, they were just like, "You know what? Their thing was if they got me out of there, that everybody would stop acting crazy." You know what I mean? Which
that kind of work. That's true though.
Yeah.
I want to say like, that's not, you know, like they ain't gonna stop. No, but it probably did stop. Like I've been the crazy guy that they took out, and everybody stopped acting crazy.
Yeah.
I was the only one that got to deep seg that day, and it was like a mass cell extraction.
Yeah, exactly. I was the only one who got isolated for the next 3 years on top of the medical floor.
Yep.
Kept away from everybody,
and people stopped acting crazy, Justin. Yep. And that's the thing. Like they have a way to break ego.
Yeah.
Hey, some people fight it though, James. Some people will fight that for the rest of their lives, man. I know some old men, super defiant. You tell them something, the first thing they do is go, like, you know. you're like, hey, you're like, dude, like you're like 60.
Like, what does that mean? That means
I have
less
this
to lose.
Yeah. Do you understand what this means? Like, if you go that route at this point in time, you will die in prison.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
You're not going to have a chance to get your clean time back. Like, you're pushing 80.
You got your elderly parole date next month.
They want 6 years out of you, 5 years out of you at least, and you don't look like you got more than 3 in you. You know what? I'm gonna be honest, I know a lot of fools like that.
You know what? Go ahead, we'll call back.
Yeah, I'll give you a call back right now.
Okay, all right, cool. We'll be waiting. All right, so let me see. Hey, what's up? Hey, Mad Max 408, gracias. M Star Media in the house. Let me see. We got Scorpio Rising. Let me see right here. And then I left Cali for Vegas. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let me see. Civil Brand still housing women. You know what? I remember hearing Civil Brand, but I don't remember exactly where it's located. And then I remember times at Civil Brand and Mira Loma. Mira Loma was right there by Cal State, right? I remember people talking about it back in the days, back in the early 2000s. They need a voice from
This call is now being recorded.
Link. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David
Hey, hit the likes, por favor, if
un
you guys
individuo
can. So we can go ahead and get
encarcelado
the front page
de la
FYP.
prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5.
5.
Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we got a question on here from BG in the chest. Do they still have 4-point? Do they still 4-point people?
The 4-point harness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went to the.
Yeah. No, that's what the chair would be now, because essentially that's what they would use the chair for.
What?
Well, the 4-point
like
isn't it?
Isn't
it when they put you on the bed? When they strap you up to the bed and
where they strap you to the bed and they got your hands and your ankles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Both your
wrists. That seems more like something they would do at a state hospital, huh?
Yeah.
Than CDCR. Like, CDCR, they'll put you in that. I mean, I've never seen the chair in CDCR.
No,
I haven't seen it. I've been
they'll
in
beat
the
you
worst
submission here.
Huh?
They'll just beat you into submission.
Yeah, they'll just beat the hell out of you here, you know. That's I mean, things are different now because of the cameras and shit. But I'm sure that they'll find. But I'm sure they'll find a way to beat you. Like if you mess up, dude, there's always a spot, you know. There's a cool little blind spot in work chains that I noticed, you know, because I was thinking, well, the cops have to beat us. You know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, they gotta have a spot to beat us. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they weren't just gonna settle out of court for these cameras.
Yeah. So I'm always wondering, like, man, if I was a CEO and I was real pissed and someone did something stupid, where would I beat that inmate? You know? And I seen there's only one spot that I spotted. You know, I was like, man, that's where I'd get beat if I was gonna get beat. You know, but no, this place. So I haven't seen that, but I think that if you're having a mental health episode and you're in extreme danger to yourself, best believe they'll strap you down.
Yeah.
They have a CTC here, and I'm sure they have a mental health ward. And if you're doing something harmful, for sure, absolutely. No, but I was thinking, I was talking to Jeff.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I was thinking that because I have a little bit of anxiety, you know, and I was like, damn, I know I'm all zipped up on this coffee now, but we have the TV on in the background, and there's this movie that was on,
Kidnapped,
and it's with Halle Berry. Is that what it's called? Kidnapped?
Kidnapped.
Hey, that movie gives me anxiety from the moment it starts to it ends. Like, honestly.
Is that the one where she's a 911 caller or a 911 dispatcher?
No. This one's the one where they kidnap her kid and she's chasing the car around.
Oh.
They're at the park and they snatch her.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't watch that if you have issues with anxiety. Like, that movie freaks me out from the moment it freaking kicks off, and it doesn't stop.
Oh,
look, she's already running after the car right now, and that's it. She almost gets to it, and falls down, or, you know.
Can't get the car open. Can't get the van open. She's chasing them in a minivan. You can't catch no Mustang in a minivan.
The people that are behind the wheel, like,
the second you seen them grab.
Yeah, they're like the worst-looking tweakers behind the wheel, you know.
Yeah,
for sure. Car got her kid, you know. Yeah, so
she got in there. She made a move, though. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, but hey, we were watching. Did you watch the debate last night, James?
No, you know what? I was actually stuck at work yesterday. I didn't get off until 9 p.m. So no debate for me.
I'm a political science junkie. Like, I love the topics, you know. And I'm actually taking a political science class, and my instructor likes to call on me a lot because I'm very informed, and I like I said, I love the subject. I get into politics a lot, and I was impressed by both of their humility. A lot of people might not have thought that, you know, if you look at everything from just one side against the other.
A polarized lens.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be hard to see that, but I like it.
And that's there's proof in that in the commentations that they played the commentary right after. Remember?
Yeah. Yep. I liked it that they it seemed like they were the attacks were kept to a minimum. They severely disagree with the other's positions on a lot of things. But I still like that. I thought I saw like some just humility in the whole thing.
Yeah, well, not. I mean, they obviously are both coming down on two totally opposite ends of the spectrum, but the reality was there was a level of humility and respect for each other that you have not seen so far in any of the debates. You know what I mean? Like this reminded me of old school politicians. You know, Republicans and Democrats, they've all, you know, been blowholes and had their own opinions or whatever, but they at least still went out there and they smiled in each other's face and made it look good, made it sound good. And these guys, for the most part, I felt like they reconnected to what the parties looked like before Trumpism, before just the chaos of what today the Democrat Party is, the Republican Party is. Like, they're both so far left and so far right that neither one of them have a clue of what they're standing on or where they're going or how they're going to get there, what their agendas are. And so, but with those two last night, I seen two very classy individuals, you know, and of course, you know, I personally believe one outmaneuvered the other, you know, but I'm entitled to my opinion just like everybody else is.
Agua,
por favor, échale agua. So,
courtesy flush.
The thing, courtesy. So but like I said, and even what was a trip was to see them complimenting each other for their successes and for where they did meet in the middle on. There was certain aspects where one of them was like, hey, that was cool, this was cool, that, you know, instead of just like going in there and trying to assassinate the character entirely of the other one, I'll give it to like J.D. Vance. He was more attacking Kamala than he did old boy, you know, which was probably easy given the fact that other dude really doesn't have much to stand on, which makes no sense to me why Kamala picked him to begin with, you know. But it was just overall their communication was clear and it was respectful and it was humble and both of them I believe both of them made their points for the most part, you know. There was very little evasiveness on one side's part. The other side was a little evasive when he didn't have the answer. But I mean, sometimes that's expected. What can you really say? You know, when you're caught with your back against the wall.
What I thought about when I seen the whole thing is like, all right, well, the us first them mentality.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why Jesse and I we don't subscribe to that anymore. You know, and at the end of the day, I never really, like, even when I came to this side, I got in trouble. You know, things played out the way they did. The fact of the matter is we don't bash on them dudes over there. We don't bash on them dudes that are living that lifestyle, but we disagree with that lifestyle. We have our views towards what it actually is based on our experience, but I'm not opposed to them as people, you know, and that they don't share that sentiment. You seen when they first seen each other, you know, they didn't attack each other right on the stage. It wasn't on site.
No, they shook each other's hands and understood, like, hey, you stand for something, I stand for something.
Yep.
And we clearly are not on the same team.
And I think that's the problem with prison is violence is so polarized in here. Everything is so, like, everything has to be settled.
So concrete. The criminal thinking is so concrete.
It has to be settled through violence.
Yep.
There's nothing else, you know, and it's just how whatever your involvement is, that's the level of violence necessary. You know, nothing could be solved any other way. You can have a conversation. If that doesn't work, death.
Yeah, diplomacy is next to none. And the only, from my experience, you know, because Dave's been over here a little longer than I have, but through my experience, the only diplomacy that I started to see in that sense is when it was suitable to the higher ups. You know, when it was suitable, and the reality of it was everybody had to compromise but them. You know, and so but even then it wasn't diplomacy. It was just basically like, this is what it is. You know what I mean? It was a dictatorship, you know, and so.
Yeah, it's crazy, and this conversation has come up a lot because this yard was selected to become a non-designated level 3 very, very recently. So this puts Jesse and I in a very dangerous situation. And we knew it was coming. They've been advertising this for a long time. A lot of people said, well, it's never going to happen. They're not going to do it. It's not going to follow through. Well, I've seen it with my own eyes. It's very much happening, the integration between general population and SNY. They're removing the designation. You're either doing what you're supposed to be doing or you're not. And a lot of people are going to get hurt in the process of sorting out who's who. You know, and that's unfortunate because I don't know any other level 3s that we've heard down the pipeline that have done this yet, with the exception of CMC East.
No, Tehachapi C Yard. These are the first ones. Well, CMC, I guess, is defunct, was a non-designated, but
yeah,
it was still general population. It just kind of transitioned on its own. But Tehachapi C Yard was a non-designated level 3. And it's a super program yard.
Did they bring busloads of?
No, they just contacted people they contacted through the counselor, like, hey, this is it's an
enhanced program yard, or
they call it a PPF.
Oh yeah, program facility. Huh? I remember that.
Positive program facility.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, if you want to go there, this is the opportunities that'll be presented to you. You have to sign off your classification status because it is a non-designated facility, you know, this and that. And
what happens after this though? Like, our SNY Chronicles are now dissolved? What happens if we get transferred to somewhere else? Are we going to get transferred directly to a general population facility?
Well,
because we're no longer SNY?
But the only place that they assume is that we would go from here is to a level 2, and all level 2s are non-designated. So their objective, as we know, is you're either a program failure on a level 4 or you're a positive programmer on a level 2. You know, so level 3 is just a transition, spot, and I think that's why they're going to ultimately make all these level 3s the same way eventually.
Yep. So it's gonna be interesting, James.
And you say all that to say that having the ability to effectively communicate, or where were you going with that as far as, were you talking, because you brought up the debate last night, and we were talking about just seeing how these guys were able to communicate effective with each other, get each other's points across without.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I'll finish this topic and get to that as soon as I'm done packing all my shit. James, let's go. We're locking it up.
Wait, what? Oh, no. I've never been to prison. I don't know how to lock it up.
Well, run, do something.
Yeah. You better get to it, James. Serious. That mustache is going to be hot commodity on the market.
I would like to finish my thought, but Dave's final thought, but it's a little bit nerve-wracking, man, because I don't know what the hell they're going to do, and I don't like that. I like the predictability of prison. But this is the thing. So I feel like even with the difference of ideology with this non-designated program facilities, the people who are actually trying to get their life together, we can disagree on the way we both ended up where we're at. We're both in the same place. I'm on the shard, they're on the shard. But we don't have to solve everything through violence, and we don't even have to be friends. We can mind our own business, do what we got to do to get out to our families, and go about our business.
And that's how prison was before they ever even had a SNY yard. They didn't used to have SNYs before. It was basically, hey, you function how you function over there. We'll function how we function here. And that's why CDC is stepping in and saying, hey, we want to be a part of this, change, because they're basically going to say, if you refuse to positively program, then I have a place for you, which will be on the level 4 prisons, and you're going to be there with all the bad guys.
And the crazy part is I feel bad for those guys, too. Because I know realistically that if I was still over there and I was subscribing to that ideology, I would be wishing I was over here, but I wouldn't have had the courage to do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. I would have stayed there. I would have been in that stupid yard. I would have been getting off. I would have been doing the things I have to do according to those politics, and I would be freaking miserable.
Yeah.
I'd be thinking of I'll be losing friends. I would be everything would just be
subscribing to an ideology that didn't belong to you to begin with.
Yep, and that's the sad part that I think about. It's like not everybody's built like that. You do what you got to do because that's a matter of survival. No one wants to be crossed up. Nobody.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
No one wants to have a hit out on them and freaking end up on the lista and all that. No one wants all that. It's so. What are your options? And then how the hell are you going to get out of there? When you go to the counselor's office, they tell they're putting you up for Centinela Delta Yard. How do you explain that to somebody?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, the suspicion that'll cast on you right off the bat is just outright dangerous.
Yep.
It's like, how do they do that? I'm gonna call you back, James. You want another call?
Absolutely, yeah. We're here. We're here today, and we'll be waiting.
All right, I'll call you back.
All right. So for those of you that are just stumbling across our feed here, we're taking live calls from Centinela State Prison. We got David and Jasse on the linea or on the phone. For those of you that are not familiar with them or are not familiar with our channel or stream, if I would recommend for you guys to jump over here. Boom, go to @CollectCallFrom and go over here to this right here. Go to YouTube and go to playlist. And look up David and Jasse, and you could hear their journey.
This call is now being recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
Un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello.
What's up, James?
All right. So, it's definitely
think about Go ahead.
It's gonna get interesting. With what they're doing. I mean, me as a civilian, somebody that's never been to prison, it leaves me scratching my head because, I mean, I know what's gonna happen. So the people that are there, they are not gonna want to be there. They're gonna want to get off. So it puts a lot of people in danger. People are gonna get hurt, possibly even lose their life, and then maybe even catch a new case. So it sucks for those individuals that don't want to be a part of it, and they're put in those situations.
But you know that it's happening on our yard already in 4 Block. It happens every week.
Oh yeah,
The bus usually gets. Yeah, it's already happening with the level 2s, and them fools are getting off. It's crazy, man. It sucks because we'll know because we go to chow right after them, and I'm telling you this every week, damn near. The last 2 weeks, it didn't happen. I don't know if it did or not, but it wasn't like it was 2 weeks before that. Where every Monday a bus arrives, half the bus is non-designated, the other half is actual GP that are just low-level offenders. But these dudes are active gang members. It doesn't matter if they're sentenced to 2-3 years. That's even better for them because they don't got to go to board. So they look at it like, man, this is just like putting a fox in a hen house. And these dudes that are here that are non-designated, they're not weirdos. You can't be on those level 1 yards as a weirdo. They're not here for no weird shit. They're dudes that got busted for who knows what, but it's low-level stuff. These are dudes that don't have a history of prison. That's why they're low-level. They don't know the difference. These dudes are coming on a yard. They're seeing prison probably from the lens of scary lens, and they're just going with the flow. And they got these active gang members walking up behind them, and they don't even know what the danger is. And we could spot it because it's the same thing every time we go to breakfast. I walk past, and you get that one shower shoe. You get they're the PIA. They look like Converse. You'll see one laying out on the freaking track outside the chow hall next to an apple, a brown cup, and a freaking open pack of sunflower seeds. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's on the floor. That's what we're walking past. So black gloves, like stains of the spray and the white chalk powder stuff from the little bombs, and you could see the situation, how it all unfolded. Old man walking out, with clothes that are too big on him from R&R. He doesn't know how the know-how like Jess and I. We hook up our stuff and tailor it, so it looks nice. But you could see it. Dude walking out, holding his brown cup. He probably made it out of the chow hall with a little bit of coffee in there because he ain't got nothing to sell, and you could see it. And then he popped open a pack of sunflower seeds after getting his lunch, and these dudes come up behind him and just beat the dog shit out of him, man. And they'll jump on him like 5 of them. They'll say it was like 7-on-1, 5-on-1. And it's always an old man, and you could see it. You could see the lunch on the ground, split open with the apple rolling. The apple rolls about 5 feet away into the dirt.
One of the other guys tries to pick it up.
Yeah, you could see that.
They're all starving in 4 Block.
Yep. You could see the gloves from the cops, from the COs, because they all wear them black gloves, and you could see them all balled up, like, in that little area right there, like they're done with the scene. It's just another day at the office, and you could see there'll be like a yard crew trying to wash away all the, all the blood or the freaking the gas, and just trying to clear the path a little bit. But you could see the whole situation. Even when there's sand there, you could see the scuffle, on the ground. What happened? And it's like, damn, like, what did these dudes do? Because they stepped into a non-designated building? They're just a means to an end, and that's the sad part about this whole thing. And you think of it from the other side of it, right? From the other side of it, these are dudes that their whole families, in a lot of instances, are from their neighborhood.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Like, one thing about prison, and I don't know, like, this is probably just unique to us, or maybe more so Jess and I and, guys who've been around, but we know what yards are which. We know what yards, even down to the year. We know what yards are active, what yards turned, and what years. Who was there during certain times, who was the leadership. Like, we all knew this because we were involved in everything before, but we knew where the bad yards were at. We knew where the good yards were at. We knew where the soft yards were at. And we're talking about all the prisons up and down California. We know the yards. I've been in, I think I did the count last time, James. I don't remember. I think I've been to, 11, 12 prisons, something like that. But I've been up and down the state, all over, all levels, 180 level 4s, mostly 270s. I've been up and down, so I know the yards that flipped. And I think about it. Well, if I was going to board soon, and I was dropping to level 3, and they called me into the counselor's office to tell me, hey, you're going to this yard. It's a non-designated yard. I know what my thoughts would be. What would your thoughts be, Jess?
At this point in my life?
No, then.
Oh, then.
But let's say that you're in the pre-contemplation of change, or you've been ducking through and slipping through the cracks long enough while staying good, quote unquote. But now you're finally gonna make it to level 3, you know, and you think like, damn, I'm coming aboard soon. I could go home. I could get out of here. My homies just got out, and these fools were freaking with it, and they changed their life enough, and they never crossed over, and now they finally give you a ticket, and it's to D yard, non-designated level 3.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, really? You guys just, and it's like, and at the end of the day, we think, well, you guys just fucked me, but realistically, we're only gonna do it to ourselves. You think, well, man, I can't let this happen.
Well, that's what happens is they ultimately revert back to the victim mindset.
Yep.
And it's like, well, you know what? The CGC's doing this on purpose. So, all right, they want to do this to me.
Yep.
I'll show them when I get
there. That's the thought process, man. You know, I'm gonna get one of them fools good.
Yep. I'm gonna make it count. They fucking minds off. I'm gonna make it count.
Yep. And that's the people that we're gonna have to deal with. You know, they're like, and these fools, realistically, they can't say no. You can't say no. Who says no? I'm going to send you to a yard where I want half the people we're looking for. Yeah. And really, you're going to say no? I don't want to go there. You know, I know things have changed, but when I was living that lifestyle, that wasn't an option. That's like locking it up. Yeah. That's ranking out right there. You can't say, oh, no, don't send me to that yard. Like, you're supposed to stand up to any threats. You're supposed to meet those threats with violence. So how could you say, no, don't send me to that yard? That's a PC move right there. Yeah. You know, and so yeah,
how dare you?
Yeah. And so you think about it like, damn, you know, like what kind of situation I don't envy them. Because Jesse and I, we know how to avoid the dudes. We know we'll see them when they come. Any new person that comes, all I gotta do is avoid them for the first minutes that they're out of the cell, because they're gonna jump on somebody. It ain't gonna be us.
Yep, not gonna be me.
And if they go out there,
anytime I find out a bus is coming, they're on their way. The reality is, though, I personally don't think it's gonna be as bad as the level 1s, because the level 1s they're following them in, and the level 3s I just don't see them. They're not just gonna bring active level 3s because they know that the caliber of individual is totally different.
What if they bring gang leaders? Huh? What if they bring those gang leaders?
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, when they did that in Lancaster, the gang leaders told them they're staying.
I know.
The gang leaders told everybody else, hey, when they bring these buses of these dudes here, everybody's staying. We're programming, just so you guys know.
That's
and
that's
of course it got bad because their whole thing was it's business. We don't have to mess with them dudes. They stay where they at. We stay where they at. But then they started doing business with them, and
but slowly but surely, though, more people are going to trickle in, more people are going to trickle out, and their program is what's going to be the dominant program. That's how they view. We're going to take back this yard.
Right.
We're going to make this our yard.
Right.
And so that's going to be a tricky situation, because we're going to have to know when it's time for us to leave, no matter how close we are home.
Oh yeah, I'm not tripping.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about that at all. There's nothing in this mug. There's nothing in this place that's going to keep me.
No, we have to recognize that that's happening. These dudes are here, and it's time to roll, Jess. You know.
Yep.
Time to push for an override. Let's get out of here, or you'll be level 2 soon.
Yep.
You know, jam to the level 2. So yeah, it's gonna be tricky. But I know too, James, is that we're not the only ones that are going to go through that. There's 400 people in this yard that are going to have to deal with that. You know.
I'm not tripping. I'll stay in myself.
Yep. I'm going to be like, James, you ready to go on? You're like, man, suddenly you got a lot of spare time. Yeah, we're not going out.
Yeah. James, if you want to run the channel for the next 4 months, let's go.
Yep.
Because I'm not leaving myself.
We're going to turn this into the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, it's going to look like the Blair Witch Project, man.
Yep. I'll be like, man.
Hey, we're gonna need you to put one of the mics under the door so I could hear all the commotion outside, though.
Yeah, all the chaos. But
I just don't feel like it's gonna be. I just don't, because they did it in Tehachapi. Tehachapi was already an SNY yard. They specifically chose people there, but and I think they're gonna do the same thing here.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I think it's going to be like Attica in the 1970s.
Attica, Flatatita!
Pandemonium.
Oh, you know what I was going to tell you earlier too, James, is it's funny because the same way I got to the medical floor is how I got out of there. As
You were on the boss chair getting gurneyed? Or getting dollied?
No. Actually, when they brought me back down, they only brought me down it was short-lived for about 2-3 weeks. But they had I was in the middle of a power struggle with somebody at the time, and he was in the pocket with the cops. He was dealing with the cops on a whole nother level, and it was just weird. And he'd come talk to me, and I'll be like, all right, cool, appreciate it, thanks for letting me know. Well, they'd want you to like tell them how you're gonna fix the problem, and I'd be like, well, look, I don't tell you how to do your job. Don't tell me how to do mine. You guys said there's a problem. I heard you out. Like, if you're expecting me to reciprocate this conversation, you're tripping. That's not how this game works.
The longer you're at my door, the longer it's going to take me to start fixing this my way.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, exactly. They used to operate with this other individual like on a whole nother level, which in all actuality was snitching and dry snitching and whatever you want to call it. But so what they thought is they figured if they could isolate me, they could give this dude a better opportunity to position himself to be able to take control of my county, and so I had found out when I was on isolation, when I was on the medical floors, and that was the whole reason when I was telling you the story about they were keeping me single cell and keeping him single cell, is because the objective was to try to get in the cell to murder each other, and because they were trying to play the game to prevent it from happening. And in the end, I ended up getting somebody else in there, and you know what I mean. He ended up getting hit 50-something times, but yeah,
absolutely.
It took a lot of tactical maneuvering and I had to play the game differently because at the time it was a pissing contest and I was being arrogant and aggressive about the situation and the dude was scared of his own shadow and he was refusing cellies and it was just a whole little thing. And one of the big homies got at me one time and he was like, "Man, fool, you got to understand this dude's scared to death of you. And the longer you get at him the way you do, the longer like you're never going to get in this dude's space. You know what I mean? Like, so why don't you just try to eat some humble pie and see how that works out for you?" And I was just like, and I'm communicating with this dude through correspondence. So what I interpreted that to mean is like, okay, well, why don't you lead him to believe that maybe he won this pissing contest, and let's see if he lets his guard down a little bit. And so that that's what I did ultimately, and I ended up
got him pretty good too. Yeah, he got that guy. I know exactly what he's talking about too.
Yep. So, but during this 6-month power struggle, all this stuff was going on. A lot of people were getting hurt. A lot of stuff was happening, along the way, in different jails in my county and stuff like that. It was just bad business for everybody. It wasn't cool. It wasn't a good situation. It was just bullshit. And when I look back at it now, from where I'm standing today, to think that like that's just how little that I valued other people's lives or people that were involved in the same crap I was. That we were, putting people in those kind of situations. That's the kind of stuff we subjected ourselves to for our own ego, or our own quest for power and control. And so anyways, I ended up going up there, and they put me up there because they're like, you know what?
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Ultimately, this other person will probably be able to create a synergy around himself, because the reality of it was that nobody else liked that dude, and he had already refused Sally's, and just a lot of weird shit going on. And so when I was up there for probably, I don't know, like 6-7 months. I don't know how long I had been up there actually when it happened, but I found a route, because where there's a will, there's a way. You know what I mean? They tried to keep me completely isolated from everybody with my phone calls, my mail, everything. It was just all a process, but I found a way to get correspondence through to where I was at, which is I was actually getting it through the toilets, which is crazy. I was fishing from one floor to another through the toilets.
Yeah, it carries sound and it carries a line.
Yep.
It does.
And so
hey, the phone's gonna cut off for now.
Oh yeah, we'll call back.
Give it a call back on those games.
All right, for sure.
Yep.
All right. So welcome to La Mexicana, Hello from Irvine, California. That's right. From Irvine is 714, right? And then we also got Joe Billings. Hello or hi from Carson, California, also known as the Harbor area, the Big HA. For those of you that are from that region. So for those of you that are new, these are live collect calls or prepaid calls from individuals coming in from Centinela State Prison, and there they are. They're calling right back.
This call is now being recorded.
Link. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5.
5.
Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello.
What's up?
Hey, so right now I'm waiting for my lady to let me know if I have to go pick up my daughter or if she's gonna go pick her up. So this might be or not. It might not be our last call. So I'll go ahead and let you guys know.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta see how the viewers feel about this. Honestly, James, this is beyond this right now.
James, you don't get to make the calls around here. It's the viewers.
The viewers, yeah.
That's right. But if I do happen to cut it, we could jump on as soon as I come back. So we could break it up into 2 parts.
Okay. Right. Yeah, we'll see what. Let us know.
That'll work. That'll give me time to finish tweaking on my project that I was tearing apart.
Yeah, I want to start kicking apart my stuff now too.
That's right. And somebody just put a comment on here about my Taylor Swift ringtone. I guess Taylor Swift's not popular anyhow, because the phone when you guys call me, it has a Taylor Swift ringtone, but it starts screaming.
What's the song?
Oh, let me see.
Hey, viewers,
let me put it on for you.
James ain't gonna tell us, but you have to tell us this stuff. Really, he's telling us. It better not be blank space.
Let me check it. I'll put it on right now so you guys can hear it. Let me see.
Taylor Swift is not popular right now. She got herself involved with a whole little political thing, and that's just, man.
Let me see.
Everybody's pissed off at her right now.
I haven't been keeping up with all of that, but good to know. Let me see.
You're going to have to know that stuff. She made a stance. She made a political stance.
Oh.
Big time. She alienated half the country, just so you know.
But what's crazy is we got to encourage the listeners. I know a lot of people that listen come from the same communities that we come from, and I know growing up that I know most of my family, like nobody.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Nobody really cared, because we didn't believe, my family didn't believe that any of this stuff affected them in any way, because as far they were just in our little space, and so people need to understand and start paying attention to these issues, or the reality of it is you can't pay attention to the politician, because a politician, none of these people have any real agendas or any real issues anymore. It's just us versus them, and that's why Dave brought that up about the us versus them mentality. That's how the political parties are today. Like, they don't care about what's right and what's wrong. It's all about us versus them. As long as the red wins the blue, or as long as it's just.
And they're so far apart though on their stance. There's no moderation. It's just extreme to one end of the spectrum.
Full blown whack.
You know what gets me upset about them though? Honestly, what gets me upset about a lot of these. That's why I don't trust the political celebrity, because I wonder what's in it for them.
Everything.
So, yeah, and that's why, because they benefit from they benefit from what they're promoting. We get the trickle down, and they're directly involved in, if something gets changed for them, it's gonna hit their pocketbook in a very, very substantial way, one side or the other, and there's even Bono. Bono is all over he was all over the world, and he's during the AIDS, helping people with AIDS in Africa, and you always see Bono like they're involved with something like super positive. But I could have swore on the TMZ app I saw him leaving a Diddy party with a bottle of baby oil in his back pocket.
Checks out.
Bono, no, not Bono. Leo, I'm not surprised. I actually expected to see him there in a picture with Diddy,
Yeah, but not Bono.
Not Bono. That right there shook me to the core, Jeff.
Yeah. So what I was saying though is I think it's important for people to get out there and get informed, because the politician himself is not the one who makes the change, who makes a difference, or gets anything moving. That's the reality. It's the voters. It's the people.
Yep.
The people out here in America need to understand what it is that we're voting for, what it is that affects us and what doesn't affect us, and start at the bottom. Start at the bottom. If you're not concerned, if you think that what happens in Washington doesn't affect you or doesn't pertain to you, then start in your local community. Start in legislation around you. Start with your city council members and your senators in your districts. And start researching them. Hey, what does this guy stand for? Where does and look at the past. Look at his track record. See what his success rate is, and start to and then look how his ideology or his vision, how it aligns with you and yours. And again, like I said, a lot of us in these marginalized communities, in these minority communities and stuff like that, we don't think that any of that stuff affects us. Oh, that's the white people thing. Politics and government, that's the white man's thing. But the reality of it is it affects us. It affects us more than anything, because all these laws and all these things that they're passing, like Dave said, it trickles down. If they're writing it to benefit them. So if we don't know what's going on and we're not voting, it doesn't mean that the law is going to pass by default. But if you can get in there and stop something, and we've seen it with this Black Lives Matter, we've seen it with all this protesting that's been going on ever since the George Floyd thing. People started to understand the power of their voice. I also do think that people might be taking that just a bit far, as far as the protesting and having their voice heard. But you can really have your voice heard by getting out there and getting the message to those in your community, so that way they can get to these polls and start making a difference. When laws are being passed, when people are being elected, that way you could start aligning the pieces on the puzzle that fit our communities. Whether it's police commissioners, whether it's fire commissioners, whether it's you can even homeowners associations. I mean, there's the government touches every aspect of our life. Whether it's it just depends what kind of government it is. Whether it's school board members, whether it's city council members. I mean, I could go on. And so people need to start paying attention and see, because the reality of it is we're, and I understand it. It's easy for me to say that from where I'm sitting inside a prison cell, because I'm not out there dealing with the everyday ins and outs of my family. So I'm assuming that some people are probably saying, oh, it's easy for you to say that, because I don't have time to research anybody else's ideology. I'm having trouble keeping a roof over my own head, or feeding my children, or But stop and think about this. A lot of the trouble that you're having right now, keeping a roof over your head and feeding your children, or finding a decent paying job, or dealing with taxes, or whatever that may be, is because of us not getting out there, you guys not getting out. I don't want to say us, because I'm not a part of that fabric yet, but I will be one day soon. But you guys out there not paying attention to what's going on around you. So these this legislation is being passed that's affecting your pocketbook. These politicians are being put into play that are changing laws and changing rules of the game that are truly affecting you guys. I was talking earlier to my brother-in-law about, everybody has this vision of Trump, and Trump's an idiot, straight up. He is, as an individual, is an idiot, straight up. You know what I mean? Like, and if I had to vote, I would be voting Republican, because I come down more as a moderate, you know what I mean, and on the Republican side than anything. But I believe, as far as Trump is concerned, I believe America is a corporation, so it should be ran like a business. America should be ran like a business, and if it's not being successful, then you got to start trimming the fat.
And you got to fire America's enemies.
Absolutely. Fire America's enemies. Fire American employees who are benefiting the business, you know what I mean? And how do we do that? By voting, And so it's just what I was saying though is with Trump, a lot of people are like, oh, well, he wants tax cuts, and I'm using this as an example about being informed, you know, and developing some insight in these issues and what's going on in this country today, is because when I would hear, I know Donald Trump paid $750 taxes one year, and this is a billionaire, you know, and I know that you know, anybody I know that's paying taxes, paying thousands, you know, thousands of dollars for a $60,000 a year income. You know, and this guy's making billions. He's using the roads the most. He's using, I mean, there's just so much going on, but yet he's paying $750, right, tax. So in my mind, I was like, oh, that isn't fair. You know, these businesses should be paying their, that's, I did look at it like that initially, right? But after doing some research and studying and looking into some of these things, I come to the understanding that when he's giving these tax cuts to, he doesn't pay taxes, Trump, because he studied tax law. Those things are all written in there. He's not breaking the law. He's using the law to his benefit, which is what everybody should do, because it's there for the taking. It's what everybody should do. They should educate themselves, and they should capitalize on the opportunities presented to them. So, you know, Trump, like I said, he's an idiot. Every time he opens his mouth, he sounds like a jackass. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But as far as the business aspect is concerned, I think he might be able to help a little bit. And when he's cutting all these tax cuts for big corporations, all of them cutting the, you know, tax on the rich.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
When I first used to hear that, I used to think, oh, that's crazy. That's just crazy. These people are all going to be paying $750 where you know, if anybody in my family goes to, you know, cash their check, they're taking half of that mug, you know? And so it just didn't make sense to me, you know, but I, like I said, after studying a little bit, and I came to understand and come to the realization that when he's cutting these businesses taxes, he's doing that in an effort to incentivize them to stay in America. You know, these corporations and these big companies, he's telling them, okay, we won't tax you so hard, so that way you can stay here and you can employ Americans, versus taking your company overseas, versus taking your company to another state, versus, you know, and mostly to keep them here on American soil. And when he does that, the money comes back, because who's he employing? He's employing the middle class. He's employing the low. Those corporations are generating jobs. They're generating income into the economy, which makes it easier for, you know, prices to go down, inflation to go down. You know, whether it's gas prices, whether it's fast food, whether it's clothing, whatever it is, it becomes cheaper. If they're, you know, because if they got to pay more in taxes, who do you think the gouging is going to go to? To the taxpayers, you know. And so, and when you come to that terms with that, it's like, okay, I get it. You know, he's not cutting these guys any slack. What he's doing is he's incentivizing them, because when they do leave out of this country, he attacks them the same way. You know, one thing he's about keeping corporations here in America, but when they leave, he's like, all right, well, now you're part of the problem too. You know,
now you have to say, my name's Jasse and I approve this message.
I do approve this message, absolutely. You know, but I say all that. Hey, I say all that to say this. That people have to be informed. They have to find out. Don't just look at politics and government through your own personal emotions. Or
the audio went out. Hopefully it comes back in. GTL be tripping sometimes. That's why I call it garbage tail link. I'm not sure if you guys can't hear me. The audio went out.
Cut out right now.
Okay, it's back in. It's back in.
We're never on the phone right now, so who knows?
Yeah, you're back. Oh, they probably can't hear me.
Right.
Oh, okay. Hopefully they call back. So we'll sit there. I'll sit here for a minute or two to wait for them to call back. If not, I'll just go ahead and cut it, and we'll go ahead and continue once I come back. I did the roll call. That's right. Yep. Garbage tail link. GTL can't even. Yeah, come on. They've been offering service for years, and now, you know, they can't even do these VIP phone calls. Love thy neighbor, laughing out loud. User laughing emojis. All right. So I'll go ahead and take this moment right now that, you know, for those of you that are over here on the TT side and are not familiar with David and Jasse. You know? Okay. Oh, never mind. I guess we're staying. My wife is going to go pick her up. So hopefully they call back right now. All right, cool. They're calling back.
This call is now being
Esta
recorded.
es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello, hello.
James.
Hey,
What's up? We're back.
this just in. Newsflash.
What happened?
My lady
Yes.
is picking up the baby, so we're gonna still run it. So I do have some comments on here that I want to read off. We got one from let me see, Firewolf, and he puts, "Yep, easy for you to say." And then they also wrote, "Do you want the taxes for prison cuts?"
The what? Say again? Do we want the taxes for prison cuts?
Yeah, I'm not tracking on that one, but that's what was written.
If that translates into, I want more money. The thing is, no, I don't know. It's weird. It's going to say, I want more money pumped into prison, but that kind of like gives them incentive to keep us in prison. So I think the cuts, like the budget cuts and stuff for prison, I think the money that's actually left behind should be directed more to rehabilitation. But there has to be some money put for the people who don't want to rehabilitate. Let's be real here. Not everybody wants to rehabilitate. Some people do not care about that.
All right, so the audio went out again. If you guys can hear me, we can't hear you. It went out. GTL is up to their same old shenanigans. Okay, you're back.
That's
We're
right.
back. Can you hear me? Hello, hello.
What do you think? Should I reset it
Reset it.
or let it roll?
Hold on, let it
They
roll.
cut out completely.
Let's see. Hold on. No, they can't hear
We
me.
get some bad responses because of the politics thing, but it don't really matter. Hey, what's up? You hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Can you guys hear
I'm
me?
gonna reset this thing right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Nah, it's going in and
Hear
out.
us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with this little tablet around 2 o'clock. We're never here at 2 o'clock, so I don't know if this is a regular thing every day at this time or what, you know?
I don't know what's going on here. Maybe it was the discussion of politics got them fired up.
Yep. Like, damn, this is a...
Can you
So-
hear us still?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello, hello.
All right, go ahead.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah, we're
I
here.
can hear you.
Yeah.
Hello, hello,
All right.
hello.
It's not a... Perfect. Hey,
Yeah.
I want to know... Hey, before you go on, I want to know what the ringtone is.
Oh, you know what? I was trying to play it, but the app that I use it to install, it's hold on. He wrote it on here. The name of the song. It was let's see, where is it? He put it on here. Let me see. Did I miss it? The song is I know you were in trouble when you walked in.
Hey, I would rather have that song, Sharif don't like it, rock the cash phone. I would...
What the?
Yeah, I mean... Hey, I mean, that's my song, but I mean, whatever, you know? Yeah, Taylor Swift's cool too.
Okay, look, so with the whole ringtone thing, I downloaded this app on my phone because I wanted to switch up the ringtones, and that was the first ringtone on the list to download. So that's what I chose. Not that I'm a Taylor Swift fan, but you know, after she sings, it starts screaming. So the reason that I left that ringtone was because I'll run to the phone to pick it up before it starts screaming. Because if not, then people start looking around like, what the hell's up with this fool's ringtone? If that makes any sense, you know, because when you guys call, some people just call once, and if I miss the call, then that's what it is. So that's a way that I get myself to, you know, to run over the phone before it starts screaming like somebody's getting red rummed in my pocket.
Hey, right now I'm back in my metal phase right now. I'm in a hard rock metal phase. That's what I'm on right now.
So
I rotate. Go ahead.
So who should I put? Slayer, Metallica.
Absolutely. Look, if you're gonna put Metallica, it has to be old.
Oh man, the audio went out again. What's up with GTL? And let me see. How long have they been incarcerated? Jesse's been I think he's been incarcerated. Can you guys hear me?
Okay.
Hello. Testing. All right, so the audio went out. They're probably gonna end up rebooting their tablet, and hopefully that fixes it up. Or maybe they'll try to call us from Jesse's tablet, because they are cellies and each of them have a tablet. So Jesse, they're both in their 40s. So Jesse's been easy. He's been down at least 25. I don't know, not 25. Maybe like at least like 23, at least 23 years at this point. David's been down for about 14 years. Kendrick Lamar, we need some Kendrick Lamar. That's right. I'll see. I'll check out that app to check what other ringtones they got, and switch it up. Let me see. Joe Billings is laughing, little emojis. Anyhow, so right now while we wait for this audio either to clear up or for them to call back.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Black Sabbath, Ozzy, maybe. The possibilities are endless. But for those of you that are listening in right now, that want to get a little backstory on who these gentlemen are, if you jump over to this, if you look this up right here at CollectCallFrom, and you go to this streaming place right here with the red icon with the little white triangle, just type this in right here, this, and then go to playlist and look Jesse and David up, and just start from the beginning, and it'll give you a picture of where they came from and where they're currently at, and some of the things they did to end up where they're at right now. Let me see. Are they lifers, or do they have a release date? No, they don't have a release date. They are. I believe David got sentenced to 42 years to life, and Jesse he ended up getting resentenced, or he went back to court on appeal, and I think he ended up getting sentenced to 25 to life, if I'm not mistaken. But they both have so for anybody that's listening that's not from California, at one point in California, when you had it didn't matter what your sentence was, if it had a L at the end. So if you could have had 7 years to life, you could have had 15 years to life, you could have had 25 to life, you were never going to come home. You only had a 1% chance of actually coming home. So within the last, maybe I would say 8 years, 7 to 8 years, they've been getting released. All right, they're calling back. So let me go ahead and pick up the call here.
This call is now being recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
James, I can't hear you.
You can't? We can hear you. Hello.
Global Telling is garbage Telling is messing up. Hey, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, if it cuts out again, I think we should probably cap it, because I think that this might be a problem,
Yeah.
Kind of messing up the flow.
Yeah, they are. They're definitely messing us up today. You guys were on a good one. You guys were dropping that knowledge you won't be getting in college. Okay, we went out again. So Liz wrote on over here on this other platform. Liz, my loved one told me about that. Hold on, it went away. Where did it go? Oh, she deleted it. Well, I guess I won't be reading that message. Anyhow, so like I was saying, so at one point in time, if you had a life sentence, you were never gonna come home, and that's changed. So that's what these gentlemen here are trying to accomplish. They're trying to come home. So in California, you gotta be at least incident free for at least 5 years. But they also want you to do some other things. They want you to work on yourself. They want you to go to groups, groups like CGA, and groups that'll help you get some insight as far as, why is it that you did what you did. And then you got to have a parole plan, where you're going to go, where you're going to live, job, like identification documents. So you got to have a whole, like pretty much like a whole portfolio ready when you go in front of that board. And they're definitely going to grill you and ask you a lot of questions. And you got to respond to them in an honest fashion. If not, being dishonest will definitely get you denied. Even, having your family members or your loved ones put money on somebody else's book so you could avoid paying restitution, that'll get you denied. There's people that committed EDD fraud, back at when the height of it, when COVID was going on, and they're getting denied because of that. Even though if the board finds them suitable, they're investigating them within those 150 days that they have to wait before they're released. And if they find out that they committed any type of fraud, they're denied. They'll take their date. Let me see. Joe Billings writes, someone was tapping into the cause. Maybe. And then we got, hey, what's up, felons for Christ Ministries? All right, they're calling back. Let me pick it up. Okay.
Is now being recorded.
Link, you have a prepaid call from
David Lopez.
an incarcerated individual at the Centinela State Prison, Centinela, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hello.
See if it'll stay on just so I can let them know.
Can you hear me?
James.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yep.
Hey, I think that's about it for this, though. It's gonna probably kick us out again.
All right. You want to try to run this one till it goes out, or wrap it up?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
we can.
we'll try to run it, and if it goes out, then we'll pick up. Either we could try later on, or some other on the weekend on Saturday.
Yeah, because I got school tonight at 4 anyway.
Okay.
I got a test tonight, an exam in psychology.
Yeah.
So probably gonna do some study, do some prep,
Yeah.
and get on back. But yeah, it was crazy because the tablet, it kicked me all the way out right now.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question here for Jasse. User number 5 wants to know what part of the IE was Jasse from.
IE.
Or aren't you guys IE?
Empire. No.
No, Riverside.
Wow.
Oh, I thought that you were.
Just when you think you know a guy.
I thought you guys were from the IE.
No, me, I'm originally from the SGV, and I moved out to the Desert Empire, where Jesse's from.
I'm from the Coachella Valley.
Yep.
Hey, but the IE it consists of Riverside and San Bernardino County, right?
Hold me back, Jesse. Hold me back.
Yeah. Most if you ask San Bernardino County, if Riverside County is Inland Empire, they'll tell you no.
Okay.
And most of the guys in Riverside County don't even claim Inland Empire anymore. More it's like Riverside County. I mean, that was something they did back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's not as prevalent as it used to be. And the guys in the Coachella Valley don't identify as the Inland Empire either.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
But yeah, I'm from Mayberry.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, no. So I when I did say that or when I thought that Jasse was from IE, I just said Jasse because I know you're originally from the SGV. So I didn't mix you in there. So you came out unscathed on that one.
No, but the desert's my home though though in a lot of ways. I grew up out there. I got two homes. I went out there in high school, and so that's a part of my.
All right, the audio.
The crazy part.
We got you. We got you back.
Okay. Yeah. So I think we should conclude after this call though.
Yeah, for sure.
This is it's gonna leave everybody. It's gonna leave everybody in kind of whiplash, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, our apologies, man. We wanted to spend some more time with you guys, but this is just this is a hand we're dealt.
Yep. Hey, and if SoCal Fish Slayer gets to hear this broadcast later on, let them know I got the pictures of the quad and the Can-Am, and those things are sick. Look like some Mad Max shit.
Yo,
Tight.
yeah, I want to say I know the boy El Ice Man. He'll probably tune in later, you know.
Yep.
Come check us out. So we always gotta send our saludos to El Ice Man.
Yep. We got his message yesterday, which was awesome. He always sends us great messages, so yeah, definitely.
And we gotta send some of that taffy out, James. That's what we gotta do.
Oh, you know what? I was gonna do it today. I'll get around to it tomorrow. I'll drop that in the mail so your people could have it by the end of the week.
That's cool. Appreciate you, man. And did you try Felipe's daddy?
Nah, not yet. Hey, so hold on. I gotta bring it because some people might be thinking, what the hell? What's Felipe's daddy?
Hey, you gotta tell. Yeah, you gotta let the listeners know, the viewers, what Felipe's daddy is. Felipe's daddy is the flavor of a prison taffy. Prison taffy. And so I named it. Felipe's our boy next door. Usually we call him, but I don't want to hear his voice right now because he's kept us up for a week with his toilet. So right now, right now Felipe's out. I mean, he's probably asleep. To be honest with you, I ain't heard a peep out of that little chihuahua all day. Full sleeps all day and he's up all night. That's the problem. But so we named the taffy called Felipe's daddy, and you too can be Felipe's daddy, man or woman. To be honest with you, isn't there a podcast that says "Call Her Daddy"? Something like that out there. I've seen it on the apps. Yeah. Call her daddy or some shit. Yeah.
Hey, one of the viewers here is asking what flavor is Felipe's daddy?
Mango Tango.
Mango Tango.
Yep. Mango Tango. It's got like a mango taste to it, but it's also like it's delicious. Yeah, it has like a little mango taste to it. It's got a little heat too because I put tahini in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, it's bomb. Those taffies right there, James.
Yeah.
They're better than the other one, than the last one I sent you.
Oh really?
For sure. Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
Oh, way better.
Oh man,
that other one was good too.
I might have to keep Felipe's daddy then.
Hey, you gotta. Hey.
Oh man, the audio went out again. Yeah, these tablets are not being reliable today. Hey, and welcome from Nuevo Mexico, Nuevo 051. Thank you for the follow. Highly appreciate it. We also got Ontario in the house. Let me see what else.
Who?
Okay.
Ontario.
Okay.
Ontario. Hey,
I can hear you now.
Hey, gotta. Hey, yeah, I could hear you the whole time, but hey, you gotta cut a little slice for yourself. You have to try it. You have to.
Hey, you gotta cut a slice off of each one for yourself. Taste them all.
Yeah, and the viewers, you gotta let us know if he does it. Honestly, like you guys are our eyes and ears out there. We're locked up right here. We're behind bars, Jesse and I. But you guys gotta let us know.
Hey, you know what? Okay. This is what I'm gonna do because I've been thinking about making some videos with.
You gotta hold them accountable. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna make a video of me eating it. I'm gonna throw in the LA County suit because that one I worn before. That one was mine. So hopefully people will stay off the comments talking about that. I'm faking the funk with the CDCR jacket, but this one I worn before. Yeah. So I'll throw it on and I'll eat some taffy and vámonos.
Hey,
faking the funk? What do you mean faking the funk?
People say he's faking the funk because he got some CDCR jacket and he's not in prison and stuff like that, you know?
Oh, so he's bringing the spirit of the channel to you guys? He's not on here telling anybody that he's in prison or anything like that. He's simply bringing the message of CDCR out to the listeners.
Well, the people that are in there, like James is basically he's taking us out into the world to you guys. We're locked in. We've been here a long time. We wouldn't be able to connect with you guys, with the viewers, or with people out there, or even to like a lot of places around the world without James. Man, James brought us out there. And I think that I mean, there's obviously they're going to have some haters, James. That's just the way it is. But look, haters make us famous.
There
What
it is.
You ain't getting hated on. You ain't doing something. You ain't doing something right. You know. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. So when I call next time, I hope you have like a Slayer ringtone. You put Slayer on there. Dead Skin Mask. I'll put like a Metallica, like I was talking about before, Kill 'Em All, which is the song called Seek and Destroy. Oh my gosh, hey, I'll do like 1,000 burpees to that shit.
1,000 burpees. Hey, but okay, if you do that, we're gonna need you to sound off in Nawa. You can't do it regular.
I can count to 100 an hour, but I don't know really what comes after that.
It's not gonna work out, dude.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I'll just keep going. I'll just go to 100 and then I'll just restart, huh?
That's not gonna work. We need the whole everything in Nawa.
I'm trying.
The audio went out again. For some reason.
It's not going out.
Okay, hey, we're back.
It's
You're
not
back.
going out. It's not going out that long.
Yeah.
But still, this ain't fair to the viewers, man. Our viewers, our precious viewers, are bougie. We don't do none of this stuff. We as a nation, the nation of viewers, we don't do this kind of stuff right here. This is a low budget signal. Our viewers expect more from us. It's just what it is.
I agree with you on that. I can.
I found out that I don't think we're metrosexual after all. I thought we were. We're not.
So what happened? How did you figure that out?
I don't think James is there anymore. I can't hear you at all.
I'm here.
Perfect.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yep. You hear us now.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if you heard us, but we can't identify as metrosexual anymore.
Yeah. No, I heard that, and I said, how was it that you figured? How did you guys figure that out?
Because I think that there's a feminine aspect to it. That's what we heard. So we're clean cut. We like to take care of ourselves and stuff like that. We're bougie, but the thing is, there's not a feminine aspect to us. We go about our business. We're old man here, so it don't work.
Yo soy un hombre.
Felipe, on the other hand, absolutely feminine.
Sugarfoot right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. So we're at about 11 minutes. Any shout-outs before we part ways and this damn phone starts acting up again?
Well, I gotta send a shout out to my beautiful wife. She's out there doing what she got to do. Our kids, family, all of our loyal viewers. The homies that couldn't be on right now because they got to work and handle the business too. Fish, Leather, Iceman.
Yep. All the regular listeners, everybody who tunes in, who may go back and listen later, anybody that's fresh here. Yep. Hopefully I didn't offend anybody with my political views or
super offensive.
My encouragement to enlightenment.
Everybody's pissed off at you right now, Jesse.
Hey, well, welcome to America. We got a First Amendment.
Yep. To me, I dodge around the subject. I got strong views about a lot of things, but I kind of dodge around it. It's because at the end of the day, like I don't care enough about those things. Like I care, but I'm not enough to like be at odds with anybody over it. I'm not trying to fight with nobody over it or nothing like that. I'm not trying to explain my position. My position is my position. There's only one name on that ballot box, on that voter registration. When I go out and cast my ballot, when I get out, there's only going to be one name right there, and that's just what it is. Kate ain't going to tell me what to write in there, Jesse.
Kate ain't going to tell me nothing.
She ain't going to tell me what to put in there.
But yeah,
there is Katy Perry.
But yeah, I definitely want to send a shout out to my family and everybody that supports us and listening. I love you guys. Everybody who's there. The regulars. Marlene, Brew Swillus, Lex Luth.
All of Team Gary.
Yeah, exactly. SoCal Fish Slayer. I got the pictures. They're awesome. Can't wait to be out there smashing in the Can-Am.
La Thumper with the pepper spray.
and
Who else? Did we forget anybody? Chubby Jessica. Who else?
I mentioned Scorpio Rising.
Scorpio Rising.
What about Team Gary? Oh yeah, Marlene.
Yep. Yeah, just definitely, Iceman for sure.
Who's the early viewers on here? Rhonda. We have Rhonda on there. We had a few on there.
Yeah, you had
Cool.
Rhonda.
Thank you. Good questions you guys asked.
Somebody else asked some cool questions, so definitely want to say thank you for the support. If anybody wants to try some of that prison taffy, you already know, hit James up. He's got you.
Yeah.
That deliciousness. Don't get perdido.
Gonna be bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
Hey, you do gotta try some though. We're gonna check. We're gonna come back on. We're gonna check with the viewers. We're like, man, did this Vato eat that taffy for you guys?
I'm gonna make a video. I'm telling you guys. I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna shoot you a video, so you guys can see it firsthand.
All right. Hey, what about Casey _ Miss Veto? Did you send taffy to them?
No, I need to.
Are you going to?
I need to. Yeah. Because she was asking me today, so I'll go ahead and I'll make a little trip down to the post office and get that in the mail.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
We seen Miss Veto last time too, a couple weeks ago. That was
Yep. Yeah, I didn't know that's who that was, So, but yeah, we sent a shout out,
Oh, that's why they think I'm playing matchmaker, because of that.
Oh yeah.
I'm guessing.
I can see that, but the thing is that, I mean, I don't see you doing the rest of the stuff that it takes to make a match,
Yeah.
Fighting a platform, but that's what it is. But hey, you're gonna have to say your thing right now because it's gonna cut off right now like a candle in the wind, like a box of chocolates.
That's right.
Gonna get.
That's right. Hey, like I said around here, lights like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, Jesse and David are out. Arato. All right. So, hey, I appreciate you guys, for tuning in. I try to have these calls, whenever I have some free time on my hands. And today, I've been streaming all freaking day today. I started up at 6:00 with the parole board hearings, and let me do the. Damn, I just did an 8-hour shift on here, and I'm not even getting paid. But sometimes like when I get off the camera, it's when my daughter walks in, and I don't share my daughter's I don't share my daughter on the screen just because she's 5 years old, and like for me it's not cool. Whenever I do throw her on, she'll normally throw on her little lucha libre a mask, but she didn't have it on right now. She just got home from school, and I appreciate everybody that tunes in. Like I said, if you guys go ahead and check out the other platform, check out their journeys, and you'll find out all kinds of other information and video calls, phone calls, and all that good stuff. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and part ways for now. I'll be back tomorrow in the morning, 6:00 in the morning. I'll start off with the parole board hearings. I think we're gonna have Vermont, Connecticut for sure, and Utah. So check them out. I'll be here, and when you get the notification, you're more than welcome to jump on. And give a shout out to Iceman, Fishler SoCal, Scorpio Rising. Let me see who also was in here. Because I want to go ahead and recognize everybody. User 5. We had Liz. We had Mad Max 408 and M Star Media. We also had In the Chest. And the YouTube chat was pretty on fire today. And let me check over here on TikTok over here. The screen's a little bit little, so it's a little bit harder for me to see. We had shout out to Nuevo 051. We had Baby T. And I'm not going in any particular order. We also had Rob. We also had Palm Tree Blue Heart, Joe Billings, User 711-331-659-192. I might have missed a digit or two. Who else? We had El Terror 711 from Ontario. We had Felons for Christ Ministries. We had Bex _1177. We also had Liz Gamboa. We had Anna Marie Bolds. Let me see. Man, my eyes are getting dry. We also had Fox Wood or Fox Wolf. Life's Peachy. Oh, yeah. Let's see who else. I called that one already. Oh, yeah. We had KC underscore. And for those of you looking for matches, that's who you want to go ahead and check out. Casey or Love Locked Up Connection. She does offer what do you call it? Matchmaking TikTok channel if you're looking for love. We also had Amber C Sellers, Tiffany Hood, Horror is Life, and I think that's pretty much it. Oh, we had Nene 98. Oh yeah, Happy Go Lucky, Bug, and oh man, that's it. I'll go on. I'll keep on going for y'all. Be going all day, if you will. Don't forget Joe Billings from Carson, California, aka Harbor area. All right, guys. Like I say around here, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, we're out. A rato.